Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Cooking with Unity. I'm your host, Maximilian Moreau, and with me is my co-host, Philip Wilson.
I'm here, and I'm alive, and I'm also
my
sick.
guest and friend, Jeff Hawthorne. Sorry.
Hello.
So, Jeff, do you want to be on the camera, or do you want to just do
I'm
the
good.
invisible man thing as well? All right, cool.
I'm always invisible.
Except when you're not.
Except when I'm not.
All right, so today we're doing...
Shmups.
We're doing shmups, yeah. So, yeah, I guess let's get this thing started. So, I probably could talk over this and make it really smooth, but I can't talk and do things at the same time. That's kind of a lie, but, so I'm just going to switch to the screen, and we're going to watch Unity load together. So...
Oh, this is going to be exciting.
Yeah, so we're going to create a new project.
Apparently we are streaming, by the way. We finally got
confirmation.
Yes.
See? So that was about 10 minutes. It was a minute.
It was not. It was like a minute.
So, what's the date today? CWU 14...
Today, the 30th.
Okay, 0130. And set defaults for 2D.
2D engage. Number 1.
All right, so once this thing loads, we'll be doing stuff, I guess. So,
Are we flying by the seat of our pants?
we're totally flying by the seat of our pants.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's the best way to fly.
I wanted to get more prep done, but then you guys showed up, and I'm actually really happy you guys showed up because I wasn't sure if either of you were going to be here, and it's so lonely when there's no one here.
Yeah,
so.
I just kicked down the door and he was like, "Who is this?" He didn't sound like that though. My typical impersonation tonight has been Mickey Mouse though, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You've got a good Mickey Mouse. You also have a good Goofy.
No, I'm not going to do the Goofy.
All right. Well, you'll have to save that for a special occasion.
Yeah.
All right.
I only ever do.
All right. So, why am I making a script? Oh, I know why I'm making a script. Just so that we have mono develop loading.
We're going to load up mono develop.
All right. Dude, man, like if you're going to do Mickey Mouse, you might as well do Goofy.
Ah!
Okay, fine. Stick with the Mickey. We're more likely to be sued by that one. I don't think they remember who Goofy is over there.
They don't know who Goofy is.
This is going to be a really hard episode, isn't it?
Yes, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm all goofballed
Look
up
at this.
at this
Okay,
point.
this is the saddest thing. www.reddit shows up. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to type in R. It just is, if I put in the W's, I get Reddit. That's the bad side. All right, so we're doing game, open game art.
Oh, sweet.
GameArt.org, and we're going to see if we can find some stuff for a vertical scrolling shooter to start with.
What if there was a website like Open Game Art, but it was called Open Game Alf, and it was just all images of Alf?
Under Creative Commons?
Sure.
I don't understand how that would be possible.
I don't know.
Like, doesn't someone own the rights to Alf?
I don't know, probably.
All right, space was
I
probably
worked a
too
lot today,
vague.
so like...
There's a little blue spaceship though.
Oh, I like that.
Here, let's search for. Actually, no, this might be. That looks cool. Retro spaceships.
Let's see it.
What do we got on this thing?
It's not loading fast enough.
CC
What is that?
attribution. Let's see what they look like. So sorry I didn't get something done ahead of time. That's actually kind of a cool
kinda
style.
like that.
That's a really cool
Yeah,
style.
that's neat.
By Jerome there. I'm going to actually see if we can find something that's a little bit more CC0 real quick.
Is that not CC0?
Nope. But we can always do it and put the reference in there. I just need to make sure to remember to put a text document
Let's go
and
with
everything.
2D art and CC0. See what we find.
CC0. And let's do spaceship.
Oh, I cannot do a Donald Duck, by the way.
Yeah, my next door neighbor's dad was really good at Donald Duck. I guess I remember I thought all dads were good at it, and then no, it was just his. So I don't know. Okay, these are not so great. So well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I mean, like there's real good work out here, and
Let's just search for.
I don't. Most of it's 2D art anyway, and sometimes people don't tag things, so I'm just gonna uncheck that. Although these are a lot of textures, aren't they?
They look to be.
All right. We're not worried about CC0. Let's just
Spaceship.
Whose art is gonna be okay? So spaceship. Maybe space is better.
Maybe space is better. Space
Sometimes
is always better.
space is better.
Sometimes dead's better.
All right.
Space.
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 Yeah, we've gotten a lot of learning so far. Today has been browsing open game art with Max Moreau.
I'm helping.
You are, and Phil, that other guy, and Jeff. It's a trio of awesome CC0 browsing. Okay, I like that first set. We're doing this one.
I am. Yeah, I like
All right,
that a
so
lot. Actually.
Jerome, you are going to get a special mention in a text document in a whole README file. It's going to be crazy.
Congratulations, Jerome.
All right, so we're just going to throw this down here.
It says.
Wait, that's not how it works.
Huge Peller says there's a CC0 2D spaceship pack in our game dev. I think earlier today or yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Might be a good idea to check that out.
All right, Reddit. This is dangerous.
This is very dangerous. Our game dev.
All right, our game dev. Oh, ooh, a bumper sticker. Oh,
No,
okay,
don't
all right,
click
all right,
it. No
all
matter
right.
how tempting it is, don't
Oh,
do
it's
it.
a WTF. It's got to be good.
No, I like WTF.
All right,
No, our game dev.
Game dev. Game dev. Game dev classifies. I've been there recently. I lost my job recently, just in case people didn't know, but I think they all do. So,
yes, that's not fun.
no, it's fun. Well, no,
it's not
It's
fun.
terrible. It's terrible. Actually, Jeff and I both did. We were both at Play Habit, and Play Habit was awesome. It was the dream job, and it is now gone. So it really sucks. And 2D. Oh, whoops.
Oh goodness. It said either today or yesterday.
Space assets, 295 plus sprites. Woo!
Thank you very
download.
much, Huge Peddler.
Oh, it's Kenny. We love Kenny.
Oh, it's Kenny?
Yeah, it's Kenny again. He did our previous set.
Yeah, yes, Kenny. Thank you, Kenny.
Yeah, seriously. And always doing it under CC0 is crazy.
Yeah, it says it was by Kenny.
Yeah.
He has it on OGA as well. It's called Space Shooted Redo.
I should have searched for Space Shooter. I was thinking of doing that, but then, like, it seemed like not the words that people use anymore for these things. You know what I mean?
Max says the Goofy is good, by the way, but there's someone that wants to hear it, but no, it's just a laugh. That's really all it is. And
Okay.
I'm a little congested at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You'll
It
save it
might
for
not
a
be
better time.
It might not be the best night. We're gonna keep you cliffhanging
All right.
on that one.
So we got PNG. That sounds promising. Do we have ones that are just already done? Sprite sheet, even better. Sheet. I'm hitting space.
Oh, look at it all.
Oh, that's fancy. All right, so yeah, we can't use his sprite sheet, unfortunately.
That is quite packed, though.
Yeah. He used a packer, and he's got an XML file, probably from Texture Packer. But we're not supporting Texture Packer stuff right now, so we'll probably just do things piecemeal for right now. Playership blue, yeah. What
there a
color are
red
we
one?
doing? There's a couple.
That one. Oh, that one.
This one
Yeah.
or that one? This one.
Yeah, that one. The darker red's always better.
You like that style?
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me, I keep coughing. I don't mean to, but
We'll go with it. We'll do playership red.
I apologize to all of our viewers / listeners / walkers.
Dude, we're just happy you're alive, man. You know, feel
It's
better.
surprising.
Yeah. We missed you.
I missed being here.
So I'll just close that. And what are we doing? Playership red, that's one thing. Guess we could probably just drag in everything and then just sort it later. Yeah, let's just do that. Why not? Let's just... Oh, there's backgrounds too. Oh my goodness. It's like a gold mine.
A gold mine? Wow, look at it go.
Alright. And let's see what we got in the backgrounds. It's a background.
What's in bonus?
What's
I
in
always want to see
bonus?
what's in bonus.
He's got some true type fonts. That's cool, actually. Let's put the fonts in. I'm curious.
I'm curious about those fonts as well.
And and some sound effects.
Some OG sounds. Nice.
All right, why not?
Thank you, Kenny.
Yeah, seriously, this is like. Oh, what did I just?
What
oh
did
no!
you just do?
Okay, they're in the wrong place now. Though it's terrible. Yeah, they're back now.
We need to put those actually.
I don't know why I didn't just put this whole folder in here, considering
Don't worry about it.
all this stuff. All right, I'm not worried.
I'm worried.
You're worried?
I'm
okay.
always worried.
What does this font look like? Is there a way to find out? I guess we can do a testing. We'll find out. We'll get surprised later as we go through this stuff. All right. So
to answer your question, Sigma, by the way, shoot 'em up. Will this be similar to beat 'em up style games like Castle Crashers or Scott Pilgrim? It'd actually be more like Gradius or R-Type or
vertical scrollers like
Project.
Raiden, yeah. And
What's a more
Radiant
recent one?
Silvergun. No one
Radiant
knows that.
Silvergun. Ikaruga is a very popular, or was very popular at one point. It's basically a little ship, vertical or horizontal shooting enemies.
Yeah, we're not holding to a particular scrolling vector. We might even play around and have different levels that do different things too.
Additionally, a Contra style game would also be considered probably a shmup.
Yeah, it would. And in this case, we're not actually doing Contra. I know it's considered SHMUP because I still have old gaming magazines from the '80s that actually do call it a shoot 'em up. So back in the good old days. So
back in the day,
what are we gonna do? Let's just throw this player ship in here so that we have something to work with. And let's get some really basic movement. We've done these ones kind of before, but let's get it going. So I'm gonna call this player movement. Now we're gonna double click it, and we're gonna get rid of this thingy. All right, because it likes to come up every time I double click things. I swear it only does that when I'm doing my show because I use this software all the time when I'm working on my own projects.
it is literally only when you're.
It's weird. Maybe it's
this.
because of the resolution or something. I don't know. It's weird.
I can't tell.
So I really should change the defaults on all this so that it already is in my style, as opposed to having to constantly fight mono develop to the death for my style. So public floats speed equals 1.0f, and we're just going to do transform.position. This is where our character is at. We're going to add the vector. We're going to want to add it based on the horizontal and vertical movement. So we're going to create a new vector 3. And it's going to take, so for the horizontal, we're going to do, so x coordinate is the first one, and that's horizontal. So we're going to do input.get axis horizontal, and then comma, and then we're going to do input.get axis vertical. And we're going to do a big old goose egg on that one. So so what this is happening... Oh, yeah, and then we're going to multiply this whole thing by time dot delta time. So we've done this a lot of times on the show, but I'm going to go over it just in case there's new viewers. We've got transform position. This is where we're at. The transform holds all the information about where something is. So if we go into Unity here, you'll see the transform information has its position and rotation and scale information, and that's what's in here. And so we take the position, and we're adding a vector. And so basically, this is the horizontal component, and we're putting in the input. So this will be left, right on the keyboard by default, and input.get vertical is up, down on the keyboard. These are predefined in the input manager. You can change the names or use your own names as well. And then we multiply it by time.delta time so that it's time-based rather than frame-based. And what that means is 1.0f means 1 unit per second, as opposed to, if this was not here, it would be 1 unit per frame, which is considerably faster. And that means that your game will experience slowdown if you have slowdown as opposed to frame skip, which sometimes is preferable. We might even switch to that depending on how crazy we get with the shooter component here.
How many bullets you want to put into it?
Yeah. If it turns into a bullet hell shooter, who knows what might happen? So
I do like bullet hell shooters.
I'm going to put player movement on the player, and let's just test it real quick. So if we hit play,
could make it like Cyvariar.
Oh yeah, the 1.0. That's real fast.
Just to let you know.
Just cruising.
Make it like Cyvariar.
Oh, I love that game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, buzzing.
Yeah, that game's crazy.
Yeah.
Where you get awarded for getting close to the bullets,
but not
hitting
getting
them.
hit. Yes.
Where you're
and actually, you get so rewarded that I love that game because if you in Cyvariar 1, if you don't get high enough like you gain experience points and gain levels. If you don't gain enough levels, it just gives you the credits. Like it'll just be you'll be at level 4 and you'll be like, yeah, that's enough for you. You obviously aren't going to be able to beat the next 3 levels
Shooters,
if you. Yeah.
Shooters are like real life. When you do well, they reward you with more work.
Yes, exactly. The best shooters at least. Yeah. So I'm going to change something on the sprite here. The filter mode by default is bilinear. I really think they should have defaulted, if you're in 2D mode, to point.
I think they should always default it to point.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, no, because like if you're making a 3D game, you always want bilinear for like
unless you want to go for that
buildings
PS1 retro look.
Yeah,
Remember, PS1.
Well, if you want the PS1 retro look, you're going to need to like write custom shaders just to make all the vertices look stupid because of how much crawl there is in that system. So.
Yeah, there was a ton.
So what are we doing? So we've got movement. I'm going to make the ship considerably faster. Let's make it 10. And right now that's still really slow. We didn't. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We forgot to put in the speed here, so we are additionally going to multiply in speed. Thanks, Jeff, and thank you, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there we go.
Wow.
So, I hate the floatiness. We're going to try... What is that blurring? Do you see that? Is that coming through on the screen, or is that my eyes, or is that...
No, I see it.
Is that my screen, or is that... I don't see why there'd ever be blurring on this. Like, we didn't put any filters or anything. I'm going to assume that my screen is going down dead. It sucks,
I hope that's not the case.
I hope that's not the case, too, but that just scares me too much. I'm going to save the level. We're just going to call it test level, like we usually do for the first level. So, what are we doing? We've got this floatiness in the controls right now, and this is due to the fact that if you notice in our code, we don't do any like acceleration stuff. It just takes the horizontal and the vertical. But by default, the keys on the axis in the input manager kind of take time to move to their maximum to kind of emulate analog movement, and I want this thing to be a tight shooter, so we're going to actually just tighten this up real good. So we're going to go to input, go to the axes, and we're going to look at our vertical and horizontal. And so there's two of them. There's the ones up here and the ones down here. The ones up here are for the keyboard, which is what we're going to be changing. The ones down here are set up for the controllers, which we actually, if we're using analog on the controllers, we'd probably want to do that. Although I might even lock that to a digital type thing as well. So what we're going to want to do is we have this gravity. This is the amount of time that it takes to wait, actually, what is this?
Set it to 0.
This is falling towards neutral when the device is rest. No, we don't want to set these to 0. We want to set these to like really high. So I'm going to make it like 1,000. Actually, I'm going to look what they have.
That makes sense.
I'm going to look what they have in a fire button real quick. Yeah, 1,000.
That's a good call.
And the sensitivity to 1,000. So what this is, sensitivity is how long it goes to the maximum. Gravity is how long it goes back to 0. And snap tells you whether or not it can go from one to the other really quickly, which honestly, if you set it to 1,000, it doesn't matter if you have snap on or not.
Additionally, dead is more for like analog style controls, isn't it?
Yeah, dead is actually the dead zone, and that has really no effect on the keyboard stuff.
No, not at all.
I mean, it has some probably very small perceptible effect in the acceleration ramp if you have these other numbers set low.
But I think that the dead is mostly for like an analog style input, where you're saying the dead zone of the
exactly. So that you don't have drift on the controller.
Yeah.
So if we hit play now, we should have a lot more. Yeah, there we go. Just.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I like it. Might be a little bit too fast.
I think so. Because then you can make the fastness a power-up.
That's true. If we could go Gradius style. I actually kind of think that's evil sometimes.
Yeah, it's definitely evil.
I actually prefer, again, Cyvariar, if we're going to be referencing that, even though I'm pretty sure no one plays that game.
Yeah, I'm sure. Actually, just out of curiosity, if anyone's watching right now and has heard or played of Cyvariar...
just raise your hands.
Yeah, just say something.
Comment. Raise your hand and then comment, because we can't see your hand.
Yes, that won't do much good for us, but you should comment, because I'd be very interested to know if anyone knows what we're talking about.
So, what have we got in here? Oh, excellent. We've got, like, lasers.
Apologies for all the coughs yet again.
All right, so we've got a player moving around. I think 6 is pretty good speed, but inside of area, basically you can do a move in the game that makes your projectiles normally spread out so they can hit a lot of enemies. It concentrates your fire and slows you down so that you can dodge through the ridiculous gauntlet of bullets that come at you in that game.
Yeah,
really
it
pretty
basically
patterns.
Spins you.
Actually, that's what I'm most excited about doing on this is bullet patterns, because I've never actually really had a good shot at it since I've become a better programmer. When I made my last shooter, it was in college at Digipin, and I'm going to tell you right now, that was one of the worst shooters I had ever played when I was done with it. It looked pretty cool. I liked what we did, and I had a lot of fun with it, but yeah, it's not fun. And I want to make something fun on this episode. So you want a pellety thing?
That's for enemy shots. Pellets. Is there any pellets? There's no pellets?
I don't see any pellets. Those are lasers. Maybe they're in a separate one. Meteors? No. Enemies, effects. Oh, here we go.
Fire.
I don't know.
Those aren't what we need.
Shield. I like that. Damage. Oh, what is this? Oh, wait. Oh, I need to drag it into the scene. Hold on. Oh, that's double laser style. So we'll pick a color. The ship's already red, so how about some contrast? Let's do blue for the lasers.
Oh.
Or do you want to do red for the
I was thinking
lasers
green,
as well?
actually.
Green? All right.
Go
we'll
Christmas vibe.
All right, Christmas time. It's Christmas time on Cooking with Unity. So I'm going to ahead of time, I'm just going to take all of these so I don't have to do it later and set them all to filter mode, point, apply. And actually, how wide is one of these guys? I didn't actually set the scale on our player character yet. This guy, if I click this... Nope, that's preview. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either.
It's still preview.
Let's click the... Where is it? Does it only show up if I do multiple? Oh, there we go, sprite editor. I just want to find out how big it actually is, so... automatic slice. Alright.
How big is it?
I don't know. That didn't help me. Alright, fine. We'll open it in preview. Preview can tell me how big it is. Info. It's 112 by 75. Not a power of 2. Alright, 112 by 75. So let's,
How big is the tit box going to be?
let's go with the 112 for the size. So, actually, 100 is probably fine. We'll just stick to 100, and then we don't have to change it on everything. What I was just trying to do is determine a good size for the...
Where'd it go?
Where did it go? What happened to my ship? Oh, missing sprite. I messed it up. Control Z? No. What did I do? Oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to undo that. So basically, because I set this to multiple, it's not actually a sprite anymore, and I'm going to hit apply. There it goes. It came back. Our ship's back. Yay. All right. So, and the reason we get in that crawliness on the texture is actually because it's a non-power of 2, and so I think Unity is internally scaling it. If we go to the advanced settings, yeah, you'll see that what it's doing here is okay. It's not doing anything, so it should be working, maybe. I don't know. I'm going back to sprite. We won't be looking at it that close anyway. Maybe we'll actually adjust things later so that or put these into an actual sprite sheet. So what were we doing? Lasers. So which laser? Actually, I guess we can just cycle through them for an animation, right? So do we want to cycle?
Well, we
through
don't
all
need
of
an
them,
animation
or...
at the moment.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying for the future. I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing here. All right. So I like the one with the kind of white center better. So
I do too.
And let's go with kind of the big one as a guideline for now. And we'll do this Raiden style. We're not going to do long lasers. We're going to do little double sets of lasers. So what we're going to do is I'll fix that. Don't worry. We're just blocking stuff out right now. So let's call this player laser sprite player laser sprite, and we're going to create a empty game object. This is going to be called player laser. We're going to put these together in some relatively meaningful way. Let's put this at 0, 0, 0. Put the player nearby so that we can see what he's looking like.
Are the two lasers actually lined up vertically?
Oh no. They're not even in nearly the right place right now either. I'm going to be changing them to 0, 0. And now I'm going to move the player ship back just so that we have him as a reference. And let's put these at 0.2, 0.1, yeah, 0.1, and negative 0.1.
How negative of it? That's much better.
All right, so now we'll have a...
If any of you haven't heard of a bullet hell shooter, you should look them up.
Yeah, they're
very
fun.
Interesting.
They're fun. Most of my favorite shooters are definitely qualified as bullet hell.
Ikaruga's a bullet hell shooter.
Oh, yes, it is. So is Radiant Silvergun. And I would argue that Gradius 5 is a bullet hell shooter as well.
Well, it's made by Treasure. So
it is. It is.
Makes sense. If you haven't heard of Ikaruga, you should look up that game.
Yeah, Ikaruga and Radiant Silvergun are
Silvergun.
available on Xbox 360. And if you have an Xbox 360 and you like games...
Like this?
No, just games.
Yeah.
You should get
play
those.
both of
You should
those.
play both those games. They're really amazing. So, all right, we have a player laser. So I'm going to create a new folder. We're going to call this prefabs. We'll pretend that we're actually going to start organizing things.
I do actually think that Radiant... Oh, now I'm thinking about Ikaruga. They have those... I was thinking about which one would be easier to get into.
Yeah.
And I think Radiant Silvergun to play would be easier to get into, to be completely honest with you. But Ikaruga has that wonderful high score replay system.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you can see the best person.
No,
in the
that's
world
actually
play
really
through the
cool.
game.
Yeah, that's actually you should if you can you do that on the no, I'm sure you can't do that on the demo.
No.
That would be really cool though.
Yeah,
That would be a sales point, I would think, but I don't know.
Did we just delete something?
Player, yeah, I created a prefab of it first.
Oh, thankfully.
We've got it.
I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking about
you create
Ikaruga.
prefabs by dragging them into the project. That way we can reference them in scripts and then instantiate them, and we can create a whole bunch of them and shoot things. So let's do that now. I'm going to create a new script called, and it's in prefabs, great. We're going to call it
Bullet.
Bullet.
Movement.
Yeah,
Bullet movement.
Bullet movement. Let's do that first. Why not?
We gotta make shooty things.
Yes, we do. All right, so bullet movement, public, float, speed. We're just going to have a speed for right now, even though later we may have to have... No, actually, we'll just do a speed. If we need to do ones that go out on angles, we'll have it so that this actually goes based on the...
I think it should just be their forward vector or whatever.
Well, their upward vector in the case of 2D here, so... Which is... Well, yeah. It means that the quaternion functions are less useful for us because Z's. Actually, no. No, we're going to do it forward vector. And we're going to make it work because it just makes life easier when we actually have to start rotating things.
Yes, it does.
So, all we're going to do in this is very similar to the player movement. We're just going to do, we're going to be modifying the transform position, same deal. So transform.position plus equals, and except for this time, we're not going to base it on our movement. We're going to base it on just the speed. And we're going to assume we're going to make it move forward. Why? Oh, equals. I missed an equals. So, what are we doing? This will be transform. So this is relative to the player to the object itself. Dot forward, which is the forward vector, and it's a unit vector. So we can just multiply it by the speed, and that will give us our movement per frame, and then movement per second. We add the delta time calculation there. And that's a super simple function. So, so we can apply this to our bullet. Where's our bullet?
Where's the bullet live?
In the prefabs. There it is. So we'll throw a bullet movement on here, and I'm actually going to instantiate this thing again and change it. So right now, if we hit play, it will likely look like it's not moving at all. Yeah, it looks like it's not moving. Now, here's why it looks like it's not moving.
It actually is.
It actually is moving. I want to get rid of
our camera's isometric currently, yeah.
Yes, so if we hit play, you'll notice it looks like it's not moving either, but if we click the 3D here, oh, there it goes. It's flying away into the
and
background.
Actually, you would notice this if the camera was not isometric.
Yes, if we were to, and actually we can change this right now. If we go to main camera, by default, if you're in the 2D mode, it goes to isometric.
Or
if we do
orthographic,
perspective, you'll see that it's changing size.
See, that's getting tiny.
Yep. And so if we go back to orthographic, it will always be the same size. Basically, you can see what it's actually doing by the camera volume here. Perspective is like a real camera, or your eyeball for that matter. It's a single point with the horizon going out, and that's why you get vanishing points. That's why objects look further away. Orthographic is like if your eyeball was a cube.
Yes.
And the only image data you get is just directly parallel to your vision, and so there's actually no size changing as things go out further. So you don't get any perspective information with one eye closed at all.
Yeah, if you ever played my game on the iOS, I did all my game in orthographic camera.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this so that the Z is the blue one. We want that facing upwards. So I'm going to figure out which one. Actually, I'm going to use the tool, and I'm going to hold Command, and then we can do that. And there we go. 90 degrees.
Oh,
now we've got a problem because now it's facing the wrong direction. So we just need to counter rotate these by 90. There we go. Now don't hold me to it. These might be upside down. It's going to be impossible to tell on this sprite.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So if you do this and you're like, it's upside down, what do I do? Just put negatives places and you'll probably get it figured out.
Good.
So if we hit play now, it should be the world's slowest player bullet. There it is.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that
I guess
way.
technically the world's slowest would be something more along this line.
Let's keep it that way. Yeah, look at it go. And then
just
you blow
hit
yourself up.
Yeah, it's like landmines, just very slow landmines.
That's a good weapon idea.
Yeah, that's how sometimes when you just play around, you come up with techniques to do other things, and then you're like, wait, that's easy. Why not just add it? So I'm gonna hit apply. So this applies to the prefab, and let's pick a speed that's actually appropriate. So let's try 10. That's probably not gonna be enough. 20 is probably. So let me try that again. The problem is the starting time. It's hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah, it is.
It'll be easier when we're actually spawning it. I'm actually going to make it 30.
Holy.
That's probably way too much. Good. That's what we want. Way too much.
25.
25? All right.
That's
apply this. We're going to delete the player laser over here. So we still have the prefab. When you apply it, it applied it to the prefab, so we've got our speed still on our prefab.
Do we want to make another script to shoot now? Or are we going to do that in the player movement script?
Let's do another script to shoot, just in case we want to get fancy with like different weapon types or power-ups or something, and we can keep all of that stuff kind of organized.
Mm-hmm. You could also put it in like a two-player mode where you can have a second shoot script that's referencing a different input. Good point.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. We haven't done a multiplayer game on here. I mean, this would be a couch multiplayer. Oh, did we? Oh,
yeah, we did with the tower game.
Turn-based. I forgot about that. I wasn't even thinking. Yeah. That was fun.
But this could be a couch-based game that you could play. Like one person plays with the arrow keys and one of the buttons on the computer, and the other person plays with the WASD keys and one of the other keys to shoot.
Yes. I'm gonna call this SHMUP.
Really?
No. Yes. For now. I'll never find it later. I'm gonna.
No,
not
we
do
will
it.
never.
You're right.
Find
You're
that.
right. Shoot.
You're like, wonder what this SHMUP file is. It must not be useful.
Yeah. Missing mono-developed behavior? What the hell does that mean? All right, so public. We don't want to call it SHMUP. Shoot. All right, so
you could have called it pew pew pew.
Public game object bullet. This is going to be our reference to our prefab that we've already created for our bullets. And let's just start with that for right now. And what we're going to do is... So, I'm feeling like auto fire.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
right
feeling
choice.
like auto
No,
fire.
that's the right. It needs a little bit of a bullet delay though, so we don't just get.
Yeah,
so
I'm
many
gonna.
sprites on
We'll
top
we'll
of
do
each
the
other.
we'll do the ridiculous first, and then we'll dial it back. Let's just first get it just instantiating. So let's do an instantiate. Oh wait, no, not just always instantiate. Who cares? All right. So what we're gonna do is if we do input.get button. This is another predefined one.
Fire one, right?
Yeah, fire one. Thank you. One of the predefined buttons. So if the button's down, so if we did get button down, this is not auto fire. Because what it means is you have to. It's only when it's going down, not when it's held down. In Unity, if you do just get button, that's just the exact state of the button. If it's down, it returns 1. If it's up, it returns 0. And so this one will be auto fire for us. So that's the one we want. And we're gonna do instantiate bullet, and we're gonna instantiate it at the transform
Dot position.
position. Whoops! Ow! Stupid autocomplete just hates me so much sometimes. Transform.
IntelliSense doesn't like you.
There we go. It came. Did you see that? Why? All right, transform dot position. So we're going to attach this to either the player or an object on the player, and it's going to spawn these things at that position when we hit the fire button. And we're going to use, I think the rotation, yeah, for right now we'll just do quaternion dot identity, which means we don't care.
Body being sick.
All right, so theoretically, if we throw this on the player, and then we click the player and we drag our player laser into the bullet here.
Theoretically, it'll
play,
just work.
It should just work when we hit control, I think.
Well, something got
I think they're
instantiated.
moving too fast. No. What is wrong? Oh, quaternion.identity was not the right choice. Because we actually needed them rotated upwards so that they're facing the correct way. So what I'm instead going to do is we're going to do a little fanciness. If we do bullet, this is again our prefab. This is our prefab reference. We can actually get its rotation. Bullet.transform.rotation. And so now whatever we have set in the prefab will determine its rotation. And so if we hit play now and hit control, we should actually see our bullets this time. Oh, that actually was exactly the right speed.
The 25 was a good call.
Yeah, seriously, that's like exactly
exactly
the ride.
what we
This
were
is the
looking
ride
for.
and shoot right here. How did that happen? Like, is it really just, or does it always look that good? Hold on. Where's our? Oh yeah, it's in the prefab. So let's do.
This is exactly what I was picturing.
Yeah,
though.
let's do 10. I just want to see.
No, it doesn't always look that good.
No, it doesn't always look that good. Yeah,
Now
that's
do
amazing.
30 just to
Yeah.
see. But I think 25 was right on magic number.
Oh, 30 might be better.
I
It
like
jitters
25
a
a
little
little bit better.
bit. 25. Let's see.
That's personal opinion, though. Because they're a little bit closer together. Move while you're shooting.
Hold on. So, I changed this because on my Mac I've got it set up so that if I hit Control.
No,
and,
just change the control button to something else.
No, the control. No,
do that.
that's what I'm doing. I'm changing it. I'm changing it. In
Oh, yeah,
Input
that's what I
Manager.
was
That's what
talking about.
doing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm doing, man. It's Z now. It's the poor man's control. All right. So, or click, I guess, is also a thing.
I like that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty sweet.
I think it's just far enough away that they look good when they're moving around like that.
Cool. All right, awesome. So now we've got a billion bullets that are all moving
Yeah, we need
into
to
like
clean up
if we
those things.
scroll back. Oh, there they are. There they go off into space.
Space.
This is going to be a common theme, isn't this?
Did you expect anything less?
No, I did not.
I don't know.
Honestly,
The Mickey Mouse thing stopped.
I guess that's true.
Space
But
might
did it
go away
really?
soon.
Space might go away. I
Space
don't want
is
space
always-
to go away.
Can you do-
Space is forever. Haha.
You do space as Mickey Mouse.
Space.
Wait, okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
I want
That
this
is very,
one. There
very
we go.
difficult, bro.
And I don't want it to be. Oh, Space Bane. All right.
Space is immense.
I was born in space. All right.
You merely adopted it.
All right, so we've got shooting. Right now, when we shoot, what do the bullets do when they're... So the bullets are showing up above the player. Let's actually look at what we can do for sorting. So there's a sorting layer. I'm going to add a layer called player. We haven't used sorting layers before, and so I'm kind of excited.
Apparently we lost the stream for a little while.
What? No, what, huh? I hope that
then we
it's
came back.
actually... I hope that it wasn't... I hope that it's recorded it.
I hope so too.
That always bothers me. All right, so we're
That
gonna
would explain why my chat wasn't updating.
player.
I just thought no one was talking.
All right, so let's do player. Let's do bullet. And I'm gonna make the bullets that the player makes under the player, so that we don't have to worry about.
By the way, someone brought up the witch game, Castle Shikigami.
Oh yeah, Castle Shikigami is great.
Yeah.
Also known in America as. Oh wait, no, that's not. Wait, no, Castle Shikigami isn't. Is that?
I think that was the witch game. That was the one that was Mobile Light Force 2 in America.
Oh, that. Yeah. Mobile Light Force 2 was, but I don't think that's the witch game.
I thought that was the witch game.
Are you sure they're not talking about Cotton?
Maybe they're talking
100% Cotton? Or?
I don't know.
I don't know which witch games. There's a couple witch games.
They said Castle Shikigami.
Okay, well there you go. I guess there are witches, but yeah. That was Mobile Light Force / Mobile Light Force 2, right? Yeah. Or
Yeah,
am I
Mobile
getting
Light
those
Force
confused?
was different, but Mobile Light Force 2 was awesome for the PS2.
Yeah. So I'm going to put on the player. We're going to put him on the player layer, and we're going to put the player laser onto the bullet layer.
Yeah, Shikigami no Shiro.
Wait, sorting layer. Oh yeah, these are on the sprites. So sorting layer will be bullet. So now if I hit play and hit Z.
Cool game.
Okay, so the bullets are still on top of us. So I'm going to go now back into the sorting layers. So we're going to go to project setting, tags and layers.
Oh, Retrona likes bullet hell games, by the way.
So even though it looks like players above
Castle
bullet, evidently they made this list like this. That's fine. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
What is that now? Wait.
So now the player's above the bullet.
That list is backwards.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, there we go. Looks better.
That list is backwards.
Oh well, it happens.
Unity, if you watch this, that list is backwards.
They're gonna change it like a year from now, and there's gonna be people who are like, "This just happened. I just got used to it."
I'm gonna stick to my conviction. That list is backwards.
Okay, fair enough. Also, they're what are they called? Those things.
The things.
Sprites and their quads are backwards too. So the quads especially. The quads are super backwards.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
For years, I complained about the lack of a quad.
Now we have to
a quad,
complain
and we
about
have to
them
complain
being.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. We are never satisfied. We are never satisfied. All right, so we've got movement, we've got shooting. Let's make a little enemy thingy or something. So actually, let's make it the bullets so that they don't stay around forever. Because right now
That
they
is
do.
important, yes.
So I'm going to create. Actually, we'll just do it in the bullet movement.
No, let's just create the script.
All right, fine.
We'll be using
because we'll
it
be
for
using
a lot
it everywhere.
of things.
Yeah, you're right. Destroy. Destroy.
On invisible.
On invisible.
Is that what it's called?
That is actually what it's called. We honestly should probably call it like off-screen destroyer, so that we'll never find it then. So, but destroy on invisible is basically what this is actually going to do, because we're going to do void on became invisible.
And that's why it's destroy on invisible.
Destroy. No, just destroy. Game object. So what this does is, if we attach it to something and it goes off the screen, yeah, that's the end. That's the end, folks.
We could call
Now,
this suicidal
this
objects if we wanted to.
Only gets called if it's no longer rendered by any camera. So if you have multiple cameras in your scene, you'll see them. And additionally, if you have the editor camera available and it can see the object, it's not going to delete. So keep that in mind. So don't freak out if it's not deleting them and you have your camera zoomed out to like infinity. Not the well, actually, I guess you can do that right now. Yeah, because that's funny. The zoom actually is not doing what I thought it did. Because not well. I mean, it should move the camera back. I guess. Never mind. I'm not going to think about it.
Don't think about it too much.
So we're going to put this on our player laser, and so now if we hit play, when we fire, you'll see that it doesn't work.
Did we actually put it on? Or...
I thought I did. Yeah, I did. So I have a feeling that it's not on became invisible, or I misspelled something. Maybe it's on become invisible.
I don't think it is.
Let's try.
Let me look on the internet. Google to the rescue.
All right. You look it up, fine.
On became invisible.
On became invisible. Invisible. Or is it invisable? No.
No, it's invisible.
Huh. And I don't have another camera on this thing, right? It's just this is the thing.
This is the camera.
Those aren't being destroyed.
That's weird.
That's unfortunate.
Why is on became invisible not working?
Just put the string there and just hello. It's like, wait, what do
That's
you
like
mean?
my debug messages are like yippee and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's where I start. Actually, a project has gone. In my case, I know a project has gone horribly wrong when I have incredibly detailed debug log messages.
Yeah,
like,
that is true.
When I have like function for in like is this long string exactly here is like nope. I'm in trouble.
Yeah. This is the debug message I'm getting.
It's when it's like playful. It's like,
now?
oh yeah, that's just it's just a little thing. Yeah, we're not getting anything. Why are we
So
not?
it's not even getting called right now.
Why? But for why? Is it?
You have to add a renderer to it.
It has wait.
I use an empty
on the
game
parent
object to
of the-
parent all my models, but put my scripts at the top empty game object, so no mesh renderer on it. Adding a renderer component did the trick.
But there is a renderer. It's a sprite renderer.
Well, wait. You put it on the parent of the lasers, didn't you? Or
Oh yeah, thank you. I'm retarded.
That's what I was
Got
talking
it.
about.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So we're going
Keep
to add
the hello there just for fun.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do? Okay, that was dumb of me. Public transform. Actually, no. Public game object. Destroy target equals null, and if destroy target equals null, then we destroy the game object. And else, what we're doing here is so that we can use this in a generic fashion. If we just if we have something that just happens to have the renderer at the top level, we can just put this on and it'll destroy it if it comes off. If we specify something, we can have it destroy something else. So what we'll do is destroy target.
Oh my god, I didn't know about that.
Didn't know about what?
So monodevelop has a shortcut. When you highlight something like that function and hit Control apostrophe, it'll take you to Unity's resource page for the highlighted selection.
I mean, I guess it's command apostrophe here. Oh my god.
Oh wow, that's life-changing.
I'm never going to remember that.
No.
But that's so awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
I could do that all day. That felt good.
Someone commented about that draw order thing that I was talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, I could get used to this.
that's crazy cool. They said consider it the order drawn.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but the 0 should be at top.
No, but
and the
that's
2
because I
should be
moved
at-
them. That's because I moved them. You can actually move them in our. Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare. So
Wait,
so
what?
it only has to do. Yeah, so that's the thing. So if you go to project settings, tags and layers. See, I had already moved them around. You see, you can just like we could have 0 in the middle if we wanted to.
But why?
Well, because we can't actually name the layer because for some reason the layers have a number nomenclature. Like this, honestly, if I move these around, the numbers should resort, I think. And then,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of things that could be better here.
I don't want to see that screen right now.
Okay, all right.
It's making
all right.
me angry.
There we go. It's gone.
Thank you.
It's gone.
Thank you.
All right. So in this case, we're
That
going
is
to
a
destroy
cool little tip, though.
target. Yes, I'm going to try and remember that in the future.
that was really
Desperately
cool.
try. All right. So what I'm going to do is on one of these, I'm going to put the destroy on invisible script. And we're going to choose the parent game object here. And so now if we hit play, hopefully this will actually operate as intended. Hello, I see hello.
It's saying hello. Look, it's so friendly.
Oh, I don't... It doesn't have a destroy... But I said... Oh, wait. Yeah, no, we don't want this one. Remove this. Player laser. Destroy the target. Oh, equals null. How about just else? I like that better.
If it's null or if it's null, let's
Yeah.
do two different things.
Yay! It works. This is amazing.
Very cool.
Now they don't have to go off into infinity, although you will think that they do if you go to the scene, because the scene camera will be like, oh, it's totally not working. Come on. Give me that. So we shoot, and it's like, oh, well, let's zoom way out. Oh, they're not deleting, and they're just going on forever.
We should get rid of the hello message.
Okay.
And then that's probably where we should.
Honestly, we really should have said goodbye.
Oh.
In all honesty, but yeah, goodbye, hello.
Oh. I miss it already.
All right. So let's throw an enemy in here. PNG enemies. We got. Oh, we got enemies. Cool. I actually am gonna have to pull in that other. I'm gonna do this.
The monster thing.
Yeah, I need to find out. Actually, I'm gonna do that next episode.
We'll do that.
We'll do some bosses. We'll get in. All right. So let's do some blue enemies because we've already used
Red and
green. So let's get a third color in there. So what do we got for an enemy? This guy looks like something that would spin.
The camera's way zoomed out, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Let me just focus on the player again. So, I like this guy. Let's go with this guy. Okay. Hello? No, not hello. Wait, why is he not? Oh. Do I need to do this?
Hello?
I'll put you over here. Okay. Maybe it's because it was in rotation mode. Maybe that was the problem. Here, let's test that theory. No.
Nope.
I swear that worked like earlier in the episode.
I thought so too. Don't
I'm
worry
not
about
crazy,
it.
right? I'm not worried about it.
it.
I'm not worried about it.
Don't
All
worry
right.
about
If you sweat the little details, you'll never make a game. All right. So I'm going to we're going to call this guy enemy 1 sprite. I'm going to do this nomenclature again. The reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to create a parent game object so that we can face him down the z-axis. Remember, we're setting this up so that it'll be easier to work with later, because quaternions have a look rotation function that's super useful but it assumes the z. So if you give it a vector, it immediately rotates your z to that vector, and so we want the z to actually be a meaningful value. So this is going to be called enemy 1, and we're going to rotate this using that rotation thingy. And we're going to do positive 90 on this thing. And in theory...
Eric sent me a
That's the
message,
opposite
said
of the way
that
I
he
wanted.
wants to see a spread shot. Never seen it on Cooking with Unity.
We'll do a
fire
spread
one
shot.
Or something close would be cool. Yeah, I think we'll probably hit that up next episode.
Yes, we'll get fancy on this one. Okay, now I've made
Just
everything happy.
to let you know, earlier in the episode, a la Slipknot, we got the art assets from a person who posted on Reddit who's also in the open game art.
Yes, he's awesome.
If you look down in the comments, you'll actually see exactly what it's called. Or if you watch the episode in the earlier parts, we actually go and get it. So,
all right, so let's try.
just wanted to
90.
give that guy a shout out again.
Thank you. Yeah,
Name.
Kenny's awesome.
Kenny?
Yeah, he keeps just making all this free stuff on CC0, and he's just awesome. Negative 90.
That seems right.
Okay, that's exactly right. So now it has a proper heading and facing, and let's just make it so that we can blow this guy up. Now, remember on the last episode I mentioned, and probably the one before that as well, I mentioned that we're kind of going to avoid using the 2D collision tools for right now, just because I've run into enough inconsistencies that I don't think it's worth the effort. So we're going to basically be using the 3D tools for 2D, which is just fine. They work just fine on 2D. So let's put a collider on this guy. We're going to add a physics, not physics 2D, physics box collider. And almost everything in this shooter is going to be triggers, just because of the nature of the way shooters work. It's very rare to have something that pushes the player around. It's not impossible. There's some games where like you have terrain where it doesn't kill you, but rather it moves you around.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that. We're going old school. If you touch something, you're going to die.
Yeah, that's typical.
So yeah. So
maybe the only thing you'll be free from dying about is your own shots.
Yes, maybe. We don't guarantee that. No. So
we should also go with the very small.
Oh, we will. Actually, let's don't
have to worry about it right now.
So I'm just curious. I just want to put this back into perspective mode again. Oh, that was stupid of me. Okay, there we go. So, this guy's not on.
Wow, he is very
put
far
him
away.
A little bit more towards
Pardon me.
where things are, and move him somewhere. And why is he in the Z again? All right.
What is going on here?
Is my player?
What?
Oh, that's right. It just looked
okay.
wrong.
It just
All right.
looked weird. Okay.
It's perspective, man. It'll mess with you.
Well, life's all about perspective.
It is.
You moved him on the Z again.
I swear I was grabbing the you saw that? I was grabbing it, right? All right, we're going back to 2D mode so I don't mess everything up. And then we don't have to. Oh, we're in. Thanks, 2D mode. Actually, that's really cool, but thanks.
I was not expecting that. I'm sorry.
Right,
I didn't mean to laugh.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just hate you for it.
I know.
All right, so. Actually, we don't want the box slider on the sprite either. We're gonna
we're
going to put that on the
it.
top level. So, physics, box slider. What? Wait. Why? What? How?
What happened?
What?
Why don't you just zero everything?
Right, this got
Except
zeroed
for the
again.
rotation.
What did I do? Why do I keep messing? I clicked it I shouldn't have clicked it. I shouldn't click things.
Apparently not. You just clicked it again.
Yeah, well, I didn't click the middle of it. So... Oh, that's why I was grabbing... Oh, so...
You're grabbing the transformer.
So wait, 2D mode, object. If you have a... Come on, whatever. I'm not going to think about it.
Just don't think about it.
I'm not thinking about it.
Just don't think about it.
All right,
why
so...
is it's offset, of course. The center collider.
It's not actually. It's exactly right.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's just a little bit bigger.
No, it's the lower right-hand corner part of it.
It's not an offset. That's just the handle for this. Like, see, that's
not
the collider.
That's
the handle for the. See if I switch to, or see if I do that, or if I switch to rotation mode. See.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. So,
it just looks funky with the handle.
So let's just make a gib on trigger. And we will just do...
Someone should make a game called Give Me Your Money.
Game object gib. Yes. So what this is, this is for blowing up the ships. I should call it explosion, but I'm just keeping this traditional for some reason. I like using gib, even though it probably should be pronounced jib, because it's short for giblets.
That's only if you pronounce gifs as gifs.
Yes, but that's the proper pronunciation, right?
According to the documentation.
Yeah.
He's wrong.
I know. Even though he created it,
I don't care if he
wrong.
created it, he's wrong.
It's not his anymore. It's ours. It's a GIF. Because it starts with a G.
And these are gibs, because they start with a G.
All right. Sounds good to me.
These actually have a reason to be J, though.
Do they?
Giblets?
Yeah. Does giblet have a reason to be J? Because it's not spelled with a J.
I think it should be called giblets.
Chicken and giblets.
I like it.
Yeah, we're Americans. We can destroy the English language however we feel like.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
So all we're gonna do here is instantiate Gib. Actually, let's make this an if we do it. So if gib don't complete, and it showed up that time. If gib does not equal null, then we're going to instantiate our gib.
I like that we're calling it gib.
Yeah, I can't call it anything else. But I can't call Gradius anything else too, even though I constantly am told this Gradius. But it's Gradius.
No, it's Gradius.
No, it's Gradius.
Gradius.
It's like Gladius, but with a R.
No, it's Gradius.
And it's actually the same thing in Japan. So, yeah.
I'm still going to call it Gradius.
All right, fine.
I was going to say Gradius, but I said Gradius.
Yeah, I heard that. I almost got you. Transform. Yeah, that's what the latest version of MonoDevelop. Half my show is now just fighting MonoDevelop, but that's okay.
It's okay. At least you don't use a mouse with the scroll wheel.
No, it's true. It could be worse. And we'll do gib dot. Gib.
I don't think that's an actual function.
Dot transform dot position.
Gib dot. There should be we should make one of those.
And then we will destroy game object.
Okay. What are our gibs going to be?
Right now, I'm probably not going to even put one in just yet. I just wanted to have the code there, just so that we'd have an error like this. Oh, maybe rotation might be a better choice. And actually, we want it to be gib. Oh wait, we already did. It's there. It's there. I just didn't look far enough left. All right, so let's put this on our enemy.
It just says hello, 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 hello.
And let's give, so either the bullets or the enemies are going to have a rigid body. It doesn't have to be a real rigid body, and we're not going to use it like we're going to use it as a kinematic rigid body, so it's not going to do any calculation. But we need one for the collision stuff to work, even triggers. I think. Yeah, I think we need one in the equation. So I'm going to do it on the enemy, I think, because for the reason that there's going to be more bullets than enemies, and so that'll be less rigid bodies total. And
good call.
So physics rigid body.
Doesn't that mean our character would also need a rigid body?
Our character will have a rigid body once we actually add collision and stuff for him, which we're not going to do just yet. So there we go. Give on trigger, and we're going to call it. We're going to give it.
Give it.
Let's have him shoot another laser. No, that doesn't make sense. All right, let's make a little explosion thing. No, let's leave it as none, because I said it so that if it's null, it won't work. And actually, we'll explicitly set it to null. It defaults to null, but I sometimes like to do that just because it makes me feel better about myself for some reason. So let's see if this works, because we don't actually check anything on the trigger. Oh, wait, did it die already? That was short life. I think it got hit by its own sprite. No. What happened?
I do not know.
Box collider. Okay, let's just see. Oh, update. That's the wrong place.
Problem.
Yeah, so on the first frame, die! All right. So we actually want on trigger enter. I'll leave the start there because we'll probably need it later.
I didn't even realize that was update.
Got an enemy, we got an enemy, we got an enemy, and oh wait, we don't have actually anything on the bullets. So
the bullets are not a trigger currently.
Yeah, the bullets don't have any colliders. So we're gonna go to player laser. We're gonna add physics, box collider. We're gonna set it to a trigger.
On both the laser things? No, yeah, both. Yeah, it's this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's on the top level. So now if we hit shoot, no, still no good, not good enough.
Yeah, no.
All right, so this is actually what I wanted to go into 3D mode for, and I forgot. I was curious how. No, it's a big old cube. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure that it was a cube and not something super flat, because if it's too flat, it might not collide properly. So, what does that mean? Kinematic, rigid body, collider is trigger. Enemy 1, give on trigger. let's see if let's do debug.log. Let's do goodbye this time.
Put a little frowny face in there.
Alright. Oh no. It didn't like our frowny face.
Oh!
Okay. Save. Alright. Unexpected symbol if. It's like, what's wrong with if? Alright. So are these actually coming in at the right depth?
That's what I'm curious about as well.
So let's do this. That looks like the right depth.
What is it that you want to trigger the on-trigger enter?
Well, I want this thing to blow up. It should just disappear right now, honestly.
I mean, the rigid body is on the enemy, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but that shouldn't matter, right? Like, the collision matrix gives the collision to both objects if it satisfies. Let's look at the collision matrix. Unity, collision, matrix, mesh collider. Alright, and actually the first response, I love this. Is the 2D physics collision matrix different? Yes, it is. Alright, among other things. So, we have a trigger messages sent. We've got what's known as a kinematic rigid body trigger collider and a static. Oh, it's because the bullets are moving. Okay, they should both have rigid bodies. We'll just have everything have a kinematic rigid body. Because if we... The problem is, here, watch. If I was to move the enemy into a bullet, let's make it an incredibly slow bullet.
No, I don't want to
do
make it.
0
Oh.
and just paint the sky with bullets, and then we're gonna take the enemy and we're gonna move him into a bullet, and he dies. See, it's because
Oh.
we're assuming that these things are static if they don't have a rigid body at all, but they're not static; they're dynamic. We're moving them. So we're gonna go back to our player laser. We're gonna set it to the magic number of 25 for the movement. And we are going to give it officially a rigid body. Okay, so this will be safer anyway. So rigid body kinematic. We're just going to sprinkle these on everything in this game. So we hit play, except for maybe the background, and there it goes. We got an enemy that died. We're over 10 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and do one more thing. Let's make it blow up. Let's actually have an explosion. So I'm just going to create a little... should we do a particle explosion, or should we do a sprite explosion? Or should we do a sprite particle explosion? Let's do a sprite particle explosion.
I didn't even get an input there.
Alright, well, what was your input?
I don't care.
Okay.
So this is a particle explosion where we use sprites as the...
Yes. So we're going to create a new particle system. We're going to... let's go right into the renderer here and change the material. So we're going to create a new material.
Let's just do this quick.
Material. Call this sprite gib. And because it's going to be sprite default. I wonder if this will actually work. I don't even know what sprite actually looks like. I don't trust it. We're doing texture.
We should give it a shot.
Okay, but how do we... I don't trust it.
I don't trust it.
Alright, let's go to just particles alpha blended. And we're going to grab something from the PNG's damage. Here we go, player ship damage. Let's just pick one.
No, I don't like any of those.
It's going to look different because we're going to have a bunch of them. I don't like any of them either, though, admittedly. Let's make a Mega Man death.
Yes.
Parts.
Yes.
No, not parts.
Lasers.
Meteors. Lasers. There
No.
we go. Let's do it. Let's do this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate this one, and the reason we're doing this is I'm going to call this gib energy gib, and then I'm going to pull it out of here, for now. And we're going to change it from a sprite into a texture. And hit apply. And then we're going to go into our...
Where's our particle system?
It's over here. And we're going to give it... Oh, actually, we wanted our material is what we wanted. But where's our material? That's the real question. Did it end up in here?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Here, I know. We'll do this. Material. Sprite Gib. Alright.
Where was it?
Who knows? How do you tell? Like
now
that.
that you have it selected, you can hit the X on the search.
Oh. And then it'll stay selected. Excellent.
Oh, it's just at the bottom.
Right at the bottom because it's under S. That makes sense. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw energy Gib on here. And then we are going to put this on our particle system. I wonder if we can just actually just drag it onto the particle system, if that'll work. It did. Cool. And we can make our particle system do some fun stuff. So let's just do a quick little
Looks like it's a fancy weapon, actually, right?
It does. It does. We may have to... And actually, there's now particle collision, so it's potential we could even use the particle system to define weapons now. So, shape, we want this to be a... Let's do a sphere. And then, so since we have depth here, but at the same time we don't have depth because we're in an orthographic, I'm going to only adjust the, I'm going to not actually have the speed vary. Oh, it already does. Okay, it already doesn't vary. That's all the same speed. No, it's not. How does it vary? Start speed 5? It doesn't vary.
It's not varying right now. It's just that they're going into the Z coordinate.
Yeah.
It makes it look
It makes
like
it
they're
look like
moving
they're
slower.
moving. Yeah. All right. So random direction, is that really? Were they not random before? Oh, I see what that is. Yeah. So this means it's always out from the center of the sphere. I'm okay with that. And radius, we'll make this really low so it comes out of the center. And we want it to be more of a burst. So we're going to go to emission. We're going to get the rate down to 0, and then we're going to just add a big old particle burst of like 30 is probably
Not enough.
not enough.
About 50.
50. And we're going to make the start speed 10, and we're going to make the start size 0.5, 0.1, 0.2, somewhere in there. And then we will... let's actually make it 5, and then let's make them fade out. We'll do color over lifetime. We'll choose. Oh, we have to click it first.
Thingy.
Yeah, you have to check mark it first. So we click this, and we only care about the alpha. So I'm just going to make the alpha 0 at the end here, and then we're going to make the lifetime.
Can we make it so it doesn't go out over the Z?
Actually, not easily. So I'm just going to leave it for right now because it actually gives us a nice pattern in 2D. So because otherwise we wouldn't. Otherwise it would look like a circle around it. So
You said Mega Man.
Inspired by, not necessarily exactly Mega Man. So
No, cool.
all right, and let's make them actually fast again. Make the lifetime 0.25. Actually, let's make it random between two constants. Let's do 0.0, 0.25, and 0.5. So, there you go. That looks like a little pop. I like that.
Eric wants spread fire.
We'll do it. We're not doing it today.
I know, he just messaged me
He asked it again to stop something. Tell him he should come here and say that in person.
Yeah, say it to our face.
Yeah. All right. All right. So particle system. We're going to call this enemy Gib, so that we have 5 things named enemy Gib. Actually, energy Gib and sprite Gib. I guess they're just 5 things called Gib. We're going to delete this thing. That's not how you delete things. And then we're going to go into our enemy, and we've got our Gib thing here. We're just going to put enemy Gib in here. Hit play. Shoot our Z button. Boom. There we go. We've made a shooter.
Wait, is it going to keep playing?
Yes, it is for right now. We'll fix that on the next episode. What Jeff is pointing out is the fact that when we shoot it, that thing, it dies. It's actually not going to loop or anything, even though I have... Oh, wait, it is going to loop. Okay, you're right. That was actually more what you were saying. I thought for a second that he was saying...
Well, actually, I was saying that it's not
it stays. It doesn't get destroyed, and that it loops. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the loop, so at least that's fixed. But we'll... And actually, I guess we can... We probably can... We might can... I'm curious if we put the destroy on invisible, if this will actually work. I have a feeling it will not. But
no, I don't think it will
I'm
work.
going to try it. I want to know. Wait, where is it?
I don't think you can put it on the... Oh.
Let's find out. So... Nope, it totally stayed. So, yep, that doesn't work. So let's get rid of this, remove component, and let's call that an episode for right now.
Okay.
Because we're already 20 minutes over anyway. So.
Just the face.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm glad to have you. Sorry it was later than usual. It's just been busy, crazy stuff lately. So, anyway, thank you for joining us. If you want to email me with any questions, please email me at pushypixels@pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Drakfire. That's DRAKFYRE. That's an F, not an S. And you should buy Phil's game, Robot Alone. It's awesome.
Phil.
It's on the iOS App Store, and it's a lot of fun.
If you want to email me, you can. It's philip@protosoftworks.com. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I tweet sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's kind of a wild bag, really, of tweets. Anyway, it's at Magmalemur. That's the @ sign, then MAGMALEMUR. At Magmalemur. And you should donate to Cooking with Unity. If you go to the YouTube channel, the Cooking with Unity channel, there's a little donation button. It's somewhere on there. I'm sure you'll find it. You're all smart people. And you can get swag.
Swag. You get one of these for $5. It's not worth $5, but that's the point of donations is we need to actually get money out of it. But it's a keychain, and if you do $5, you get this. If you do $10, you get two of these. One of them signed and numbered by me with a little certificate of authenticity. And if you do $20, if you're in the U.S., you get one of these, a nice big coaster thing. And if you do $25, you get these from anywhere in the world. That's just because these things are really heavy and can't be shipped. These ones I'll ship anywhere because they're really light. So, thank you for joining us.
If you want me to cough on them, I can do that.
And by the way, thank you. The donations have continued coming in. Thank you guys so much. And I'm getting all the manufacturing done and stuff, and getting things shipped out again. So going back through that process. So, Jeff, do you have any words for the audience? Did you have a good time?
I did.
Good. I'm glad. And actually, yeah. So thank you guys for. Did you have anything else or?
No.
Okay. Cool. Thank you guys very much for joining us, and you guys have a great week.
Have a good week.